the sunset. The day is ending.
Oh, we're in the shelter at C1 here in Mexico as we're trying to make our way over to Deadman. Got our new ring phone, I guess, right? New ring cufflinks. Now it does look like there's quite a few different regions here in terms of, you know, preppers or distros or whatever it is. So we've got Sam's shelter doesn't count as its own region. So we've got C1 here, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess Deadman is over here. Of this, I guess this is the prologue map, I suppose. Maybe we'll head to South America, the full South America, maybe, if we're heading over that way. But yeah, let's get going, Sammy boy. Wait, which way is out? Oh, let's use the sink first. Can we can't get any likes. Can we change the hair? No? No. What do you think about Norman Reedus? I remember when The Walking Dead first came out, and I'd read some of the comics, so I tried to get my dad to start watching some Walking Dead because I thought he might like it. And I remember after he tried watching it, and then he came back, and then I spoke to him next, and he told me about it. He said, whatever Norman Reedus' character is called in The Walking Dead, he could not get over his hair. He just thought that his hair was so inconvenient for an apocalypse, like blowing in his eyes all the time. Oh, just me, yeah. Classic. Let's go. Yeah, let's get that hair tied up, Sammy. Suppose it could protect him from the dust flying in his face out here in Mexico. In Mexico. No BB to get some memories as we take the elevator ride. So, my immediate feeling here is that this is deliberately similar to the first game, and that maybe there's going to be a drastic change to the gameplay formula, would be maybe my prediction, because this feels so familiar that they're sort of doing this because they want to flip it quite quickly, maybe? I don't know.
Good morning, Sam. Did you have a good rest?
Alright.
We're already making progress in addressing the corpse disposal situation here. Once again, I've got to thank you for that.
This guy's too positive.
If you access the delivery terminal, you'll find that you can fabricate equipment for yourself now too. We have some materials on hand here that you can use to make supplies for your journey. Take as much as you need.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have all the same schematics in Mexico that you have access to in the UCA.
No.
But as you link up more facilities to increase chiral network bandwidth and improve your connection level with the locals, we should be able to share all kinds of new data with you, expanding your fabrication options further.
I know!
Heard that you're planning to extend chiral network coverage to the south, down as far as that research
I
facility.
know!
So go ahead and pick up the order I posted for you.
Oh.
I'll explain the finer details of the mission while you look at the map provided by ABAS.
Do you know Die Hardman? Norberto, do you know Die Hardman? Because you sound a lot like him. Good God! I'm sorry. I'm losing it here. Oh, get out of it, Norby. Jesus Christ. Let me explain everything to you that you've heard in the first game for 100 hours. Right, deliver 1 or more remote medical units to Villa Libre. Villa Libre is home to a pregnant woman and many elderly people. But with no local doctor, they have no access to vital medical care. To help the residents and gain their trust, bring them at least 1 remote medical unit. Can we hear the brief? Okay, we have to pass through a bandit camp. Or, well, we don't have to. We can cross the river instead. 2 extra large remote medical units. So this will be quite heavy. Does it say how heavy it is? 40 kilograms, right?
Your next destination is Villa Libre. The people there don't have enough medical equipment to meet their needs. If you bring them this delivery, you'll be sure to earn their trust. And once you've done that, you'll have an easier time convincing them to become part of the chiral network. Timefall is coming down hard in this area. Cargo containers that are exposed to timefall will begin to degrade. If you carry container repair spray with you, you can use it to mitigate these effects before it becomes a problem. Keep an eye out for the rivers and bandit camps in the area too. Hazards like these can make your life much harder. On your way to Villa Libre, you might pass a post box we built. We left behind some spare equipment in its shared locker. If you see it, take a look inside.
Yes.
Everything is yours to use as you deem fit. There should be materials in there too, enough to fabricate something if you like. Also, if you have any extra equipment, you can use the box to donate it to other people. With a moment's generosity, you can make another porter's day.
Never.
Finally, each postbox has a private locker which can be used to store equipment for later use, and a recycle feature that will turn any unneeded items into materials. So what do you think? Have enough information to plan your journey to Villa Libre? Take your time to finalize your route.
Do I have enough information? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm losing it here. I know, it's a new game. Technically, they've got to introduce the concepts to you. Right, we've got to plan the route. I've got to calm down. Sorry. Right, so we can't really go over the mountain. So the other option is this is a deep river. So joining the sea at the Gulf of Mexico, this river. There's a term for that, isn't it? Where you read ahead and you put a sound from the upcoming word into the word you're actually saying. I was saying river, but the word once was already in my brain. Right, sorry. I apologise for that. It's the tutorialization thing. That's the whole thing I was joking about at the start of the first video. It's like the need to over-explain everything. And because obviously, people might be playing this who haven't played the first game, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right. Yep. Once formed part of the US-Mexico border, its tributaries upstream are usually dried up, but the water level has been known to rise rapidly during periods of heavy rain. So we are going to need to cross this river twice, potentially. I can't really... Yeah, twice to get here. So a couple of ladders to get across. Or we just head straight... Well, this is on a little lake or a lock. Armed hostiles. A bandit base northwest of C1. Multiple reports have noted porters en route to and from C1 being attacked and robbed by bandits. Freight vehicles have also been seen there. Okay, so we could steal some cars. Right? But considering how heavy this is, we're probably going to need to choose between carrying weapons and carrying traversal stuff. We're going to have to go pretty close to them anyway to get to this post box. Right, I would like to try and do it as without dealing. I think it would be realistic, right, if you were doing this delivery, that you would try and avoid the bandit camp, really. So,
commencing route creation.
I reckon we cross here. And there's a bit of a chasm here. That might be prove tricky. So but we might be able to get across that with a ladder. Looks a bit skinnier here. So we'll go that way. Oh, again, it's difficult. Yeah, this is quite treacherous. I mean, maybe if we could cross here. And then maybe we move through this chasm up to the post box. And then just take it from there. I mean, we can always change this, right? Yeah, I think we just... Yeah.
Delivery route finalized.
I'm going to end it there, and then we'll reevaluate.
This order calls for some pretty hefty cargo, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
But don't forget to take into account all the other extras you'll need to carry to get the job done. Every piece of equipment you take also adds to your overall weight. So think carefully about your loadout. Try to pick critical items that won't weigh you down and wear you out when combined with your cargo. Run out of stamina halfway through a delivery, and you're in for a world of hurt.
Make all necessary preparations for your delivery. When everything is in order, head out.
Cargo management screen also allows you to rearrange your cargo and place it in storage. You can also recycle pieces of cargo you no longer require. The fabricate equipment screen allows you to create equipment to use when making deliveries. Prepare the equipment you need for your expected route. Be sure to make contingency plans as well. Select head out when you've made all the necessary preparations. But hang on, first things first. I'm just going to auto range. Alright, we've got 2 rifles, so we're not planning on going into the camp. So I'm going to place that in our private locker. We've got 3 climbing anchors and 1 ladder. So I think we're going to need...
Select an item to fabricate.
Yeah. So some container repair spray. How many blood bags can we carry? 4, just like normal. And then I think we're going to need a few ladders here, so I'm going to craft a couple of ladders and 1 more climbing anchor. So we'll stick the blood bags in the utility pouch. We'll we'll get the climbing anchor on our suit. Then we'll auto arrange. Oh, we can place on our legs as well, sorry. So we've got a gun, 3 ladders, 6 climbing anchors, the cargo, 4 blood bags, and a mazer pistol as well. Route simulator. No, that's alright. And we're aiming to do it peacefully. And this appears very heavy. We've obviously got no buffs or anything.
Order accepted. Thank you.
How heavy are we? Jesus! Okay. We're only about halfway full. It's not so bad. Oh, I should have fabricated some boots, shouldn't I? Come on, Sam, get back there. Yeah, I imagine we've got a boot clip, so... Right. I just want some more boots. on our boot clip. Perfect. Right, and we're going. Right, sorry for losing my temper there, Norberto. I've heard the information you were saying quite a lot, believe it or not. Oh dear. That's not suspicious at all. Exposure to timefall damages containers, yep. See you later, Norby. I'm not going to pick up your metals, though. This is going to be a pretty treacherous journey, seemingly. I've only got one container repair spray, which might not be a good idea, but... It's like we're passing through BT territory. Wow, the weather is noticeably heavier, isn't it, than the first game?
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Man, it's striking, isn't it? Yeah, this is really awesome, the weather. The development they've done to it. Can we even detect BTs anymore? Without blue? Right, here is the river. We crossed this on the way here, right? So we should be able to get our way across. It's too wide for a ladder though, but it did say you could link two ladders together, right? Yes, don't hesitate to... Looks like timefall has been pretty relentless. You okay, Sam? Heavy rain sometimes causes rivers over there to rise. Don't force yourself to cross them if they're too deep. Instead, take a look at your map and see if you can find another route. Okay, getting patronised via text message now. No, it's not too deep. Although we should probably cross where it's a bit narrower. So using ladders to cross rivers is not always going to be a good idea, right? Because the depth of the river can change. Rising river. Yep. We got there. Crossing rivers will drain your endurance gauge. Deeper, faster flowing rivers will cause it to drain more quickly. Yes, yes, yes. Not following my own route. I mean, I sent it that way because this looked a little steep, but I guess I overestimated it a little bit. But yeah, I think it's smart to avoid the bandits, but... So it's, what I was thinking is it's interesting that Deadman, Mama, Hartman have all left Bridges or all left the UC. They've all left Bridges or both left the UCA, one or the other. Or they've both like become independent. They've both become preppers, something like that. So the camp, the bandit camp, looks like it's past that ridge. So. Kind of have to choose between dealing with the BTs or dealing with the bandits, really. But if the game has been running closer to 30 FPS. I haven't noticed too much. So here's the chasm. We're not within range of the camp yet. Now because we are playing on hard. We just need to have a little check on the levels. 89%? Good God. Right, I should have brought more container repair spray. Yeah, we're in trouble here. And then we'll oh, there was some cargo, wasn't there? Oh, it's large. We really can't afford to be picking stuff up of that size. I'll take the medium, I guess. No, that was 5 kg. Auto arrange, nice. Yeah, we can make our way up here, no worries. The cargo container doesn't really matter as long as we don't damage it, right? So the BTs aren't... We've not triggered any yet. So it's weird, because we don't have a BB, so... we're not really... capable of dealing with them, right? Could be wrong. It is obviously summer, so hearing this rain is quite soothing during the balmy British summertime. Right, here's another little chasm. Okay, we've got our way down, it's all good. Just yellow. Be careful. Okay, we're a bit closer to the bandits than I maybe would like. Oh, square? What are you on about, square? Yeah, there's the container ruined. Right, we just can't fall over now, right? We are, oh no, we're closer than I perhaps realised. Right, no other cargo in the vicinity. So obviously if we are playing on what is brutal difficulty. Anti-human, anti-mech? Anti-mech guns? What, is in that anti-vehicle? Let's have a drink. Right, so the containers don't really matter. Okay, here's the problem. I think we've gone past where my route had gone. Oh no, I was trying to get to the post box, wasn't I? Right, let's get rid of our markers. Some lost cargo, but we're gonna... Right, so... do the orange bits here indicate that the river has flooded now? So there will be new rivers essentially. But wow, that's interesting, right? So maybe this valley before was completely dry, but now that it's flooded. Wow. So this bit right in front of us is flooded. Oh no, this is the river. Yeah.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
So there's the post box. Yeah, this adds like a very natural time pressure to the whole thing, right? Oh, this is a bit of a weak height to use this from, but I suppose it takes a bit of weight off us, I guess, as well. Just, I don't want to risk falling over, really, because these containers are completely screwed now. We need to be quick, because we could use this to cross the river, technically, couldn't we? I think we can get up over on that side. Wow, so that's just going to keep getting deeper, isn't it? Maybe this whole valley's going to be flooded. So, we'd be in real trouble. Fascinating. Oh, this is exciting, right? Because it like means that the map is the map is more than just one thing, doesn't it? There's a load of chiral crystals down there, but I guess we can't really bother with them. Just optimize a little bit there. Hopefully we don't get noticed by the bandits. What the hell's going on here? What the... What's going on? What the hell are these little things? These like BT rats. That is horrendous. I want to trample them. Right, now, if it's the same as the first game, right, the timefall won't damage the actual contents. No, so we just got to be extra careful now. How damaged is our equipment? 17, 15, 15... Nearly dead, nearly halfway. The boots on the boot clip are fine. Blood bag stuff is fine. Okay. So we are very close to the bandit border here. Okay, this river is getting mighty out of control now. And if we fall into that, we're going to get dragged into their camp, aren't we? Right, this is pretty bad. Right, let's try and use a ladder to get across here. So we can connect two ladders together to get an extra long ladder bridge. Alright, let's try it, man. Can I light my own ladder? I'm playing offline. Okay, so nothing with BTs yet, even though there are obvious things in the sky. There you go, Norberto. Even though you're a bit patronising. Hide in postbox. Interesting. Didn't know you could do that. Right, postboxes have a variety of features. You can store cargo, entrust cargo to other porters, or fabricate equipment. In order to increase the stocks of materials that can be used for fabrication, you can store your own materials, or recycle equipment you no longer require. Right. Store excess cargo here to retrieve later. Cargo can only be retrieved from the locker in which it was stored. Carried on back. Is there nothing in here? So I guess we need to have the materials on us to craft this stuff. Materials stored at this facility can be withdrawn as cargo, allowing you to transport them to another location. Okay, so I guess this is more of the multiplayer element, but obviously the part 1 of this series hasn't gone up yet as I'm recording this, so... you guys will have to let me know if I should play online, if it's better than it was in the first game. Yep, structures can be upgraded by providing them with necessary materials. Upgrading structures makes them more durable and able to withstand longer periods of timefall. In some cases, upgrading structures unlocks new features for you to use. You can also upgrade structures built by other porters. Yeah, I know. I just want to see what the levels do. So... becomes customizable at level 2. Increase material, cargo, and durability. Cargo, right, so it's kind of useless to upgrade. At the minute, anyway. Alright. Right, half a kilometre away. Let's try and stick to the high ground. You never know when a river's going to appear, apparently. Interesting. Right, the rain is easing off now. One or more of your cargo containers is severely deteriorated. Its contents will be very badly damaged by any falls or impacts. Yeah. So as long as we don't fall over, everything's okay. Forests! What is going on? That's one thing in the first game, right? Because of the timefall, there were no trees anywhere. How does that exist? Oh god, I didn't see the river. That is not crossable. Is that a waterfall? Yeah, we have to be very careful how we cross here. I think this is the shortest bit here. Be very careful here. Right, stamina's going down very quickly. Oh, not too bad. Got to not press jump as much. Right, let's have a sip. Oh, we are drinking water now, not poisonous monster energy. Here, Sam, this will keep you going. This trusty can of green poison. With a really good marketing team.
Nice.
Yeah, a forest. Or a partial forest, anyway. I'm not being forgetful. Right? There's no trees in the first game. It's all just grass that is victim to timefall and rocks and snow, right? There's no trees at all. It creates like a very unique landscape, right? Because it's purely the topography. There's no sort of trees and forests on top of it, which sounds strange when you think about it, but it makes sense within the world because of the timefall. So. Get that equipped, take it off. There we go. That wasn't too bad, was it? Okay, now this is the first time we've heard. I don't know if this is
You got this.
a prepper style station, right? Yeah, it looks like it. But there's multiple people who live here, so. Terrain traversal, KO resistance leveled up. Nice. Yeah, look, various little prepper huts. That's cool. That's the one thing I did wonder about in the first game, like how the preppers were just individuals. I just wondered maybe whether it was better represented as like a small independent town, which is what this seems to be, right? Interesting. Okay, we did alright there. I'm pleased with that. Alright, got a few things for you. The timefall was very, very aggressive. I mean, we weren't even a quarter of the way there and the containers were nearly completely destroyed, so...
You're Sam, right? Did the timefall give you a lot of trouble? Thanks for making the trip.
Oh, you're welcome.
Allow me to assess the condition of your cargo.
Yeah, she's the pregnant woman.
This is practically flawless. Mil gracias.
Gracias.
Did not think we would ever get this back, but seems I was wrong. Thank you so much for bringing it in. I have to say, this was well worth the wait. I had a feeling you wouldn't let me down.
Good.
Time to connect the Cupid. Once we're part of the chiral network, we'll be able to use these remote medical units you brought. I can get myself checked out as well. We've all been looking forward to this. So go ahead and link us up.
Okay, that was a bigger chunk than I thought, actually. Right, I thought... Oh, no, there is a middle one here. There must be someone living in the mountains. Cupid connected. Right, PCCs. Yep. A device that allows you to build basic structures within the chiral network. Building structures consumes chiral bandwidth, so keep an eye on how much you have left. This device can be used to build watchtowers and post boxes. Bonus data. Oh, it's a Quoke hologram for structure customization. The hologram will appear next to the structure once selected.
Now displaying your current order grade.
Chiral communications have been established. Now I can finally use one of these medical units to assess the condition of the child I'm carrying. I just pray they're strong and healthy. The elderly residents here will also be happy to receive proper medical care. Oh, Seems like you should be capable of fabricating PCCs now as well. Probably thanks to the chiral network expansion and the resulting increase in total bandwidth. Of course, every additional structure will eat into that bandwidth, but there should be more than enough to support anything you build. Within reason, that is. There's one other problem we've been dealing with lately, though.
Bandits.
It's not a critical issue, so I've posted an aid request with further details. If you're interested, you can check it out via your ring terminal.
Your baby?
I'm not sure. I should have given birth to my child ages ago.
Ages?
For some reason, the fetus seems to have
Oh,
stopped
no.
growing at 7 months. If something's wrong with my body, I can't tell what it is. And not knowing is driving me insane. But with one of our new medical units, I might finally be able to get answers. I want to believe I can still bring this child into the world someday.
That is troubling.
The only people that still live here other than myself are elderly. The last of the younger residents decided to risk it all and leave for Ciudad Nudo del Norte a while back. Too many bandits in these parts. Like the one I used to be. We took what we wanted and didn't care about anyone but ourselves. But after I got pregnant, I realized I could not keep living like that. Had to clean up my act. Start living for someone else. My friends didn't understand at all. So they ditched me. Left me to wander on my own. Until the people here agreed to take me in. Even though the poor souls are struggling with all kinds of health issues. That's why we put in the order for these remote medical units.
Okay, and what's your problem?
Some of the cargo we had stored here was washed away during a massive flood.
Okay.
The water carried it into bandit territory, so we're in no position to reclaim it ourselves. I know this isn't the sort of thing a porter like you normally does, but if you're willing and able, please, check the aid request.
Oh, that's fine.
All of the relevant details should be available for review on that ring terminal you're wearing. You can use it to confirm the cargo's location. So, if your travels happen to take you out that way, we'd really appreciate the help.
Okay, maybe we could have picked that stuff up on the way if we would have gone through the camp.
A new order has just come through for you. Looks like the residents of the C1 South Distribution Center need you to recover some cargo from a bandit encampment and bring it to them. You can review the specifics of the order when you get around to accepting it.
Yes.
So once you're good to go, access the delivery terminal here to get
Yes,
underway.
I understand.
I'll share additional info with you
Yes.
as soon as you do so.
Yes.
Order completed. Well done.
Okay. Main orders. And then where was the aid request? Oh my god, where's that? Okay, so we are going to have to go through the mountains to get there. The C1, oh, to the C1 Distro Center, right. Not over here. Build a watchtower. Right.
Okay, Sam. Are you ready? Then I'll bring you up to speed with what I know. The order you've undertaken is to recover chiral density gauges that have been stolen by bandits and taken back to their base. The base is located in some overgrown ruins, so you'll have a hard time getting a clear view of it. You might want to construct a watchtower nearby before you charge in. With it, you can get a better handle on the situation and improve your odds of getting the job done quietly. But that's not all, of course. Other porters are also able to make use of your structures. This way, you can help out the people who follow in your footsteps through this area.
Not really.
Think about what I told you and finalize your route. Best of luck to you out there.
Yeah. Warning. A spider hill. A steep hill with dense vegetation located between Via Libre and the C1 Distro Center. The hill takes its name from the mysterious spider-like creatures that many have reported seeing in the area. Oh no! Okay, I don't think we need to plot much of a route here. Just head into the forest. Go from there. There's a point of interest here. Interesting. Pardon the pun. Oh, right. So the lost cargo recovery request is just on the map. That's an interesting change. So we could head there first. Got you. Yep. Right, so we're going to be heading into bandit territory. We used 2 of our ladders, so we'll get another one in there. We'll get a new gun. We'll get a couple of container repair sprays. We've got plenty of boots. The Mesa handgun is close to being destroyed now. Right.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Right. God, that's bright. I hope she's alright. That sounds like almost like her baby's going to become a BB of some sort. So we're heading that way, but we've got a couple of side quests we can do in the interim. So we can wander back over to the bandit camp. Because the cargo was washed away by the river. So I'm just going to head over to this river and then we'll follow the river. Yeah. Downstream to the bandit camp. We'll recover that stuff, bring it back, and then we'll head onto the main quest.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Partly because we probably need to use some of our assault rifle and our pistol. I don't know what those spiders were that they were telling us about. Scary. There was something down here by the river, right? Yeah, point of interest. We've got lots of colourful cryptobiotes now. Oh, see, look, the river's dried up. So what about this makes it a point of interest? Is that a memory chip, perhaps? Right, so we'll follow the riverbeds into the bandit camp. Have a crack at that side quest. Try and use up one of our assault rifles, the damaged one at least. Interesting, look at this. I see a giant BT spider. Oh god. Yeah, I'm going to try and navigate some of this just purely by sight at times, because I don't want to spend so much time in the menus. It's just, I mean, it's part of the game. I appreciate that, but You don't want. I just don't want to be
It's all how it's
constantly pausing.
Sunset will be occurring shortly.
Right, the sun has begun to set. I'm supposed to be following the riverbed. So we'll do this cargo recovery.
There we go.
A little one. Some herbal tea. Right. Yep, repairing cargo containers. Yes, yes, yes.
Don't worry, you got this.
Right, so there's the side quest marker. Okay, I'm happy that they've maybe moved the side quest markers outside of the hubs, because you always had to pick them up before. Well, I suppose we have already been told about it, but... Right, so you're getting these little BT streams off these new little creatures. Oh, well, no way. Oh, that's pretty straightforward, wasn't it?
Sign detected nearby.
Perfect.
I'm Sam!
Aid requests are issued by the inhabitants of facilities who will reward you with likes upon their completion. Completing someone's aid request will also increase your connection level with the residents of their facility. Aid requests don't need to be accepted like orders. The requests will be deemed complete once you've done what's required. Right, okay.
A new feature has been made available for use.
Yep, view all received aid requests. Yep, don't need to be accepted, they'll just be on the map. Okay, that was right on the edge of their territory, so that's the tutorial one, I guess. Yeah, so these rivers completely dry up. Imagine what it like if it starts like flooding and coming towards you and stuff. That'd be cool. And terrifying. I kind of don't want to go in that forest now. Spider BTs. I really don't need that in my life. Look how pointless this looks now. Okay, fairly straightforward then.
Okay.
Which way did we come in from before? There's little gaps here, so... So it basically means, like, the map isn't consistent. The map is just completely changeable, which is awesome, right? I wonder how they're going to have factored this into things like building roads and stuff. Maybe that's not even in the game anymore, but... Because like, I loved building the roads, but it does like basically negate a lot of the traversal difficulty, right? But I guess that's the point. The difficulty is getting through it the first time. And then you ease the challenge by, you know, building and contributing materials. And building roads is very hard offline though. Or it is in the first game, obviously. Right, so we'll get this stuff delivered, then we'll head into that eerie looking forest. So stuff has started to grow again. So the beach still exists, still connected to it, but maybe without Amelie. I don't know, maybe the timefall... Well, obviously it still damages the containers. We can't stand out in the timefall, but these cacti in the forest and everything... Curious. Maybe the vegetation has evolved somehow. So that it can use the Corallium, maybe? We can only build post boxes and watchtowers with the PCC, so we don't need to carry a second one. I don't think we can't build bridges or anything yet, so...
Thank you for visiting us.
Alright there, preggers. Get it delivered. And we're carrying some lost cargo for the C1s.
Well, looks like someone's burning the midnight oil.
Always.
You are a trooper. I will never know how you managed to track this down.
Nice.
Let me repay the favor with some local data of ours. Maybe you'll find something of interest you can use.
A custom electric rod, a melee weapon that extends telescopically when swung, delivering electric shocks that can stun enemies. Can also be used to block melee attacks or thrown like a spear to administer an electric shock to a distant target. Note, however, that once thrown, it cannot be recovered. Really? Not at all, it's just completely destroyed. Yep.
We have allocated more resources for you to use, if you need them. I hope it helps.
Now displaying your current order grade.
The data I've shared with you is the schematic for my custom electric rod. While this design is tailored for use with our fabricators, it's functionally no different from the ones bandits use.
Yes, former
The rod
bandit.
extends with a quick shake and can be used to stun enemies over a wide area. It can also be thrown like a javelin, though you won't be able to retrieve the rod after doing so. A thrown rod will release a burst of electricity when it strikes the ground. And no bandit can shrug off a direct hit from this bad boy. Test it out, and you'll see.
Sure.
Order completed. Well done.
Right, melee weapon. Oh. See you later, preggers. What the hell, man? This is Dark Souls. Right, we'll read the messages when we go to rest. Let's go for a midnight stroll through the BT forest. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, so there are now like BT creatures, it seems. We saw those little rats. Now we've got some sort of giant spider as well. Interesting.
So far, so good.
Yeah, it's quite a chilled out start to the game, isn't it? You know, like compared to the first game with the whole bit with delivering Bridget's body and stuff. What the hell is going on here? Hey guys. Can I walk through? No! Oh god! No!
Analysis confirms that these hostile life forms are chiral creatures.
Alright, fine. Okay, blood level maximum. Oh, it went into the blood bag. Fine. If we run into more of them, I'll see if I can swipe at them. There's something in the trees. Okay, don't like this. Anesthesia.
Gotta work on those core muscles.
Yeah, you do. Guessing that there's spiders all over the shop here.
This ain't bad.
Don't disturb the water. Don't mind me. What is bubbling in there, man? Oh. We must make our way up the mountain path. Right, so we're going the right way. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so the way I was anticipating going was this way. Right, so we're going the wrong way. Oh, more spiders. You saw nothing, spider. Oh, there's tons of the things, man. Excuse me. Oh no. I've got to poke the bear a little bit here, surely. Get out of here, man! Oh, come on! Now, this can't be used against BTs, can it? Anti-human, anti-mech, no. Yeah, that did look like it killed the BT thing, but... Excuse me, fellas? Don't... Oh, no. That Elden Ring with the hands. No! Run, Sam! Oh, don't do that, Kojima. I like little landmines. They just kind of damage my boots.
That's tasty.
And they really damage the boots, don't they? Yes, I know. Okay, this hasn't been too bad. The spiders are just annoying more than anything else, but... Very steep here. Our stamina gauge is going down a bit.
Okay, there you go, speed demon.
Beautiful view though. Look how clear the sky is. Let's have a cheeky drink. Look at that. And now you want me to build a watchtower here. You guys hear that? Was that just like a sound effect for me going down the mountain, or? A spare PCC, why not? What is that noise? I think that's just meant to play when I'm scrambling down the hill. Or maybe something's following us. I don't know. A fairly extensive camp location here in the ruins. Right, PCC up here.
Right.
Let's hope none of them notice this giant tower constructing itself.
Construction process now complete.
Right, you've got an electric rod. You've got a climbing anchor for some reason. Electric rod.
Show them how it's done.
Cool. So we found one chiral gauge. Got another dude there. The other one must be there. Yep. Must be someone from an elevated position. What size are these containers? Medium. That's fine. Right, so we could go stealth here. Or we could just go in guns a-blazing. Or do a little hybrid. I don't think they've got the proximity scanners. I could be wrong. let's get the maser gun.
Trouble nearby.
Okay, we can do this stealthy, I guess. Yeah, I know, we can dump all our cargo to do this stealthing about, I think. So if I just hide here, go into the cargo menu, offload materials and delivery cargo. And then we just stick to our weapons. No, that's not what I meant. Offload. I wanted to offload like my climbing anchors and stuff. I'm having a hard time separating things in the UI here. Okay, this, right, 5 out of 6 guys here. Now let's clear the camp first, I suppose. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a guy up here. I don't know what their vision range is like, but it's going to be tough to get across here, so I'm kind of thinking we just let rip with an assault rifle. I'm doing a shocking job here. How many spears have you got, man? Got a good jump on him. And I've got a terrible aim. I will not waste more bullets than I need to. That's pretty straightforward. Whew. Link to watchtower broken. Alright. Sun has risen. There's half the order. What have you got for me? Just another PCC, another assault rifle with rubber bullets. Nothing we need. I'll take your container repair spray though. Right. We'll check the. I think there was another post box, but.
Okay, here you go, speed demon.
He's going to drown in that water and cause a void out. Shallow stream anyway. Look at the sunrise.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
Let's have a quick sip. Do we have memory chips or anything like that? No idea.
All designated. Cargo successfully recovered. Proceed to delivery destination for processing.
I'm off to the C1 distro. No, blood bag. Nothing important. That's a shame. Right, what is the best way of getting there? Let's have a quick look. Right, so we want to just follow the river and curve around. If possible, that is. Might be a waterfall. We're on the 80-minute mark-ish. Yes, we just want to get around this ridge. It should be a straight shot. See the sunset. The day is ending. I know it's the sunrise, but nevertheless. Right, good work, Sam. So they didn't have any like guns or tactical gear, they just had rods, so fairly easy to dodge and move around.
2 wheels up.
So you know, I didn't need to be too like careful with how I position myself and cover and stuff, I guess. Excellent. Yeah, so if you guys see any adverts on these videos, I wasn't planning to turn ads on at all for this series, but there's going to be a lot of copyright music, so I apologise. If there's ads on the video, it's not me putting them on, it's because of the copyright claims.
Don't worry, you got this.
Everything you ever want is here. Giving up, another one too dear.
These places look impressive with these big arches over the top, right? So this has been a very chill experience so far, hasn't it?
Good morning to you. ID confirmed. Welcome.
Yes, Sam.
Somebody let me a hand!
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests. Chiral decontamination in progress. No anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
Right. There you go, guys. Ooh.
Hola, you're Sam, right? I assume you're here to drop off that stolen cargo of ours?
See.
With those chiral density gauges in our possession, we'll be able to determine where BTs are likely to appear in the future. So, let's get a look at those containers and see if we're good to go. Gore, you sure know how to take care of your cargo. I just have to say that you're an absolutely incredible porter. Looks like our chiral density gauges are just about good to go.
Sweet.
So, let's see what that Cupid of yours can do.
There we go. Benjamin Rivera. Who wears a hat indoors? Right, so there's a prepper station maybe there. Blood grenades. A grenade that expels a cloud of blood, damaging BTs. The blood cloud lingers in the air, causing continuous damage and obscuring enemy vision. Can be stored in a grenade pouch. And a timefall shelter. Nice.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Sorry, I should have read that. It was stuff from the first game, isn't it? So, yep, porter grade increased. Level 2 silent handler.
It's high time we got on the chiral network. Our BT research should go a hell of a lot faster now. We just shared some data with you that'll let you fabricate blood grenades, a kind of anti-BT weapon, and build timefall shelters too. I think you'll find both very useful. The chiral density gauges you brought us have been safely integrated into our systems. We can resume all distribution center operations and get back to business as usual. A lot of lives are going to be saved thanks to you.
What's a blood grenade?
This whole area is a chiralium-rich environment, so there's a much higher risk of BTs showing up.
Right, okay.
We've been coordinating with the research lab nearby, sharing data, etc. All to help develop BT avoidance and elimination solutions. One of the largest void outs ever recorded happened down south, don't forget, giving rise to a massive tar belt. So massive that it completely cut us off from the land beyond.
All
Can't
right.
afford to let that kind of tragedy repeat itself here. But between the cargo you've delivered to us and our new connection to the chiral network, I think we got a shot. We're gonna make it through this.
Have timefall shelters changed in any way?
So, you probably think timefall shelters are only good for getting out of the rain, right? Wrong. Our timefall shelters are different, you see.
Oh, container repair
After
spray.
extensive research and development, we were
Oh,
able
right.
to outfit them with a system that disperses a BT repellent fluid.
Interesting.
So if you've got one on your tail and it's about to grab you, these shelters are the perfect way out.
Okay, cool.
Only downside is that the repellent has a limited supply, so make sure you don't run low. It has other perks too. The shelter can purify timefall and convert it into drinkable water,
Nice.
allowing you to top up your canteen on the go. We've posted an aid request so you can fabricate a shelter to see how it works. Researchers at other facilities are also in the process of looking into how various structures might be improved. As you expand chiral network coverage, we'll be able to share information and coordinate our efforts more effectively. And I'm sure we will all make even faster progress as a result. So keep on doing what you do and linking up places for us.
Sure. What's a blood grenade?
It's one of the fruits of our joint effort with the lab to develop anti-BT tech. Up until now, our primary weapons against these entities have been created with the blood of doom sufferers.
Okay.
And so, production is wholly reliant upon regular donations from rare individuals like yourself. Securing a stable supply has been difficult. But you'd know all about that given your experiences with the UCA. But this weapon utilizes synthetic blood with all the same anti-BT properties. Derived from samples taken from doom sufferers, it can be produced at scale to meet demand. And despite its artificial nature, it's actually proven to be more potent than the genuine article. So you can think of our new weapon as a more full-blooded version of the hematic grenade it replaces. In any case, we won't need to ask you for your blood ever again, so rest easy.
Sweet.
If you want to test it out, we have some training facilities here at the distribution center. Feel free to access the delivery terminal and give them a try.
Alright, what's next?
By the way, you're planning to visit the research lab, yeah?
Yes.
You'll have to pass through some dangerous territory then. We'll do a quick survey of the chiral density, so you might not want to leave right away. And let's not forget that you just tackled one of our toughest orders on record. Tell you what, we got a nice private room here that you can use to catch your breath. We'll get started on prepping the cargo for your next run in the meantime.
Okay. So we're still very much in the extended tutorial here, aren't we? But it's cool seeing how much more ambitious the topography and just the landscape is in general, right? Some small new enemy types. Another dream sequence.
Gate quake detected. Please seek shelter immediately.
Is this real?
Sam, are you okay?
I'm fine. You guys?
The facility's intact, but the research lab might have taken a hit. The local chiralium levels appear to be rising. Better hurry over there, Sam. Head to the delivery terminal upstairs and check their order.
Right. Okay, things are taking a bit of a turn. It's our wife. Yep, thanks for fetching my cargo. You really helped me out. Folks here should be able to walk around a little more easily now. Inside the facility, at least. Okay, Sam? We just had a gatequake over here. Is everything okay where you are? A bit more shaking than usual, but no harm done. Loose playing happily like it never happened. You're close to the lab now, right? Keep at it, Sam. Yeah. Fragile is now our wife. Let's just accept it. Embrace it, even. We got new customization? No? No. Sunglasses ruin the cutscenes, so... can only fabricate patches. Let's get in there for a shower. We've been sunburnt as well, apparently. And then we'll read the journal a bit. Shower and clean up. Our sunburn is healed, even though it looks horrendous on his shoulders for some reason. Right, and let's have a look at the corpus. So I don't know if I should read these story summaries. I don't know if there's going to be extra information in them. Right, La Madre. A woman who had the good fortune of finding herself at Villa Libre. She used to be a bandit, though insists she had no choice but to do whatever was needed to survive in a lawless world. She writes, I didn't have the luxury of being able to consider the future. I could only think about surviving in the here and now, but that all changed when I became pregnant. The other bandits saw me as nothing more than a burden, and I was cast out, eventually ending up at Villa Libre, a settlement inhabited exclusively by elderly people. My new companions' wisdom and experience became the raw materials from which I could build our future. They taught me that today is connected to the past and forms a bridge to the future, and so I resolved to live for the sake of my child. But my baby has still not been born, despite reaching term. Will our tomorrow ever come? Right, next level we get a rod that charges energy. Right, Benji here, we just met. Benny Riv, right. Before he started working at the distro centre, Benjamin was involved in medical anthropological fieldwork, where he observed and treated the symptoms of a number of different patients. He was interested in how the changes brought about by the Death Stranding were affecting people's bodies and minds. The knowledge Benjamin gleaned from his fieldwork proved useful when the first Bridges expedition arrived in Mexico. Ever since the UCA was fully connected to the chiral network a year ago, the environment has been unstable. There have been earthquakes, sudden floods, and spikes in chiral density. Fear of BTs is also putting people on edge, straining them further. Benjamin believes that it's necessary to expand the chiral network and develop new technologies to put people's minds at ease. Benjamin's medical background has also allowed him to contribute to the development of blood grenades. The grenades can now be mass-produced by synthesizing the blood of doomed sufferers. If we develop more, we'll get 2 new grenades. So a grenade that can drive away BTs and slow large BTs. So they're like EX grenades, aren't they? Chiral creatures. Chiral creatures, often known as CCs, began to appear following the Death Stranding. Often emerging from tar, they exhibit herd-like behavior and have been known to attack in groups when approached. Avoiding these creatures is likely the best course of action. They have been known to explode on contact, emitting a corrosive tar. This substance damages boots, cargo, and batteries, and may even pose a threat to human life. If contact is unavoidable, then firearms, even those not loaded with anti-BT ammunition, are known to be effective. Oh, right, fair enough. Chiral creatures are known to have a degree of resistance to electrical attacks. Chiral creatures have not yet been observed within the UCA, though ongoing research efforts have not been able to determine why. Yep, Villa Libre. People first came together here immediately after the Death Stranding. They helped each other to survive, and the powerful bonds they formed saw them through their toughest times. But they found it hard to have children, and those who were born often died young. In time, the inhabitants of Villa Libre grew older, until eventually only the elderly remained. Mysterious creatures dwell in the area surrounding Villa Libre, warding off bandits but making it difficult for the inhabitants to leave. As a result, they have lost almost all contact with the outside world. This distro centre was set up with the aim of delivering resources and other cargo to C1 and surrounding prepper outposts. It's not intended to be a place for civilians to live. It comprises facilities for its delivery and support staff, as well as infrastructure for cargo management. Yeah, private rooms, VR training. Yeah. Meal post boxes, watchtowers. Right, so we still get the container repair spray. That's all I wanted to know. Thanks. Right, the remote medical unit. For the elderly residents of Via Libre, nothing is more important than healthcare. Until now, they've scraped by on a stockpile of medicine and makeshift equipment. Excuse me, but supplies are running low and many fear they won't last much longer without proper medical treatment. By connecting Via Libre to the chiral network and providing them with a remote medical unit, the local residents can receive top quality care and diagnostic services. For those in Via Libre, it's not just medical care, it's hope for a brighter tomorrow. And the chiral density gauges is basically what the weather station had, I think, in the first game. Living in the post-Stranding world means dealing with a variety of threats, timefall, natural disasters, and BTs that may cause void-outs. Whenever a BT appears, it's accompanied by a spike in chiral density, using technology left behind by the first Bridges expedition. A device has been developed by C1 that monitors those changes in the chiral density levels. Unfortunately, it's been stolen by bandits, who roam around the ruined wasteland outside of cities and are rightly fearful of BTs. The electric rod, grenades, patches for customization, PCCs, preppers. Death Stranding has led to the downfall of nations and the destruction of communities large and small. Most people have therefore sought the protection offered by cities, but some prefer to survive on their own or in small groups. Many of them live in underground shelters and are known as preppers. Some people choose this lifestyle willingly, while others were forced to flee to shelters for safety. By now, there are quite a few people who were born in these shelters and know no other way of living. Preppers have managed to survive on their own wits in the desolate world left behind by the Death Stranding. Many of them tend to distrust countries and other institutions as a result, like the environment. Rising water levels caused by heavy timefall are a regular occurrence in the post-Stranding world, blocking delivery routes and making vehicles unusable. They present a serious problem for porters. If floods are expected, try taking the following steps. Avoid the route, traverse the affected area quickly before the water rises, use ladders and PCCs to create routes, or take a break and wait for the water to subside. Areas where BTs are known to appear. These areas have a strong connection to the beach, so chiral density is high and timefall very common. Certain doomed sufferers are able to detect the presence of BTs, but ordinary humans will need to equip a BB pod in order to sense them. Even if you are aware of nearby BTs, approaching them without due care and attention risks you coming into contact, triggering a void out, so taking a detour around a BT area is always advisable. Chirograms, holograms. Timefall. Type of rain that started falling after the Death Stranding. It has an aging, weathering effect on anything it touches, living things and inanimate objects alike. Once timefall has made contact with an object, however, it turns into ordinary water. Timefall is accompanied by the appearance of an inverted rainbow. It is often seen in BT areas. Black strands have also been observed rising into the sky during periods of timefall, and the phenomenon causes spikes in chiral density and anomalies in electromagnetic fields. Timefall, therefore, has an effect on electrical weapons and has been known to cause blackouts. Within the UCA, timefall is used to deliberately accelerate the passage of time, for example, in order to grow crops more quickly, in practice known as timefall farming. Still baby syndrome. A phenomenon in which fetuses stop growing at 7 months. No still baby removed by cesarean section has survived the procedure, and there is currently no treatment for the syndrome. Still baby syndrome has been observed across the world following the Death Stranding. It doesn't affect all babies, but it is the primary cause of plummeting birth rates worldwide. One theory suggests that still baby syndrome is caused by an imbalance in the beach, and that expanding the chiral network will counteract it. That's scary, right? So that poor woman's gonna lose her baby then. Well, that's really sad. Yeah, I mean, it's the end of the world, right? That's the thing, right? We're just sort of rallying against the inevitable in a lot of ways here. So, then this kind of is part of it, right? And we're trying to reconnect and stuff, but I don't know. That's a big theme with this, right? Is I'm trying to think. there is other fiction that's set in this sort of idea, right? The sort of dregs of humanity, right? Left over, because it's all just going to die out eventually in this kind of scenario. So yeah, and then like things like this are structured around that, right? I watched The Children of Men again the other week. I mean, it's a fantastic film, right? But it has those similar ideas around just how do you keep going when the inevitable is encroaching upon you, right? What a fantastic film. I remember watching that when I was maybe a teenager. What a great film. Right, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. We've made some good progress. Seen how the weather systems work with the rivers. Dealt with a fairly tame bandit camp here, and we're at the distro center. It looks like there are some preppers, perhaps. One here, one here. And I think we're heading to this region. Is it just me, or does that not look good? That looks like there's a load of floating things there. That was like a gate. That was like a Stargate. Good lord. Right, guys, we'll leave that one there. Yeah, it seems like we're being sort of lulled into this. It kind of feels like we're still in the tutorial to the extreme, right? Because we've had absolutely, well, very little story information so far, other than what we learned from Fragile. But anyway, we'll pick it up from here next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up if you did. Just remember, everyone, never trust an on crate. I'll see you next time.